Something a little bit different, or at least a little bit special this time. I'm sure everyone remembers that crazy 3v3 I did a while ago. Actually would have been ages ago. Well, I went back through that and I had a look at that set because of course I was getting the recorded game for someone. It's now in the description of that video actually. And I decided, well, it was such a good game, why don't we cast the other ones from it? So there was 3 games played in that. There was a Land Nomad, an Arena, and an Arabia. We've seen the Arabia. We are now in the Arena game, so let's have a look at what we've got. In the green, playing as the Turks, we have Cloudy. Over in the blue, playing as the Persians, we have Windy. And over in the grey, playing as the Mines, we have BT4. That's Team 1. You should know these guys from that other video. We should know how good they are already. Over in the red, we have BSK Dirty, playing as the Mines. In the teal, we have BSK Halen playing as the Mongols. And in the purple, we have CSI Cum playing as the Turks. So the only real difference here being that we have a Persian and a Mongolian player. Well, Mongols player. It's probably more appropriate. So, yeah, that's what we've got. We've got a good lineup here. Turks, of course, going to be trying to get into Imperial as quick as possible. Of course, all Civs going to be wanting to get up into the Castle Age as quick as possible, because in Arena, there's not exactly a lot you can do in Feudal Age and Dark Age. I have seen some good rushes actually where they've been able to catch the gate open, and naturally the militia will walk through, come in with the scout, and they'll do a lot of harass. And generally in Arena, you're not prepared for anything like that. You're not even usually prepared for a feudal attack. So that can really hurt. But we should probably have a quick look at the map and the rally distribution to make sure everything's nice and fair, or we just know what's going on later on in the game. Gold to the right for Cloudy, lumber in the back, berries in the back, another gold here, and he's got some deer back here and a boar, nothing too unusual. None of the maps are absolute dodge either. Everyone looks like they've got a fairly nice map. There's a relic here and here at the front of Cloudy's base. If we come down over here, Windy has his gold in the back, he has his berries just to the side there. Lumber in the left, you can go to the back for lumber as well. It doesn't look like he's got too much stone. He's got 1 stone in here, no more than 2. His other just outside, same goes for Cloudy. Gold out here in the middle, another gold here as well, and of course the next LS stone out here can be really important for a Mayan player. There is gold here on the front, which isn't nice. Actually, that position's actually horrible for that gold. Over here, the berries aren't too bad, the lumber isn't too bad either, however a good placed tower or some archers could do some damage there. Eventually, gold in the back, stone in the back, and lumber towards the right as well. That goes for Team 1. Team 2, over here, gold on the right, lumber in the back. This actually isn't the nicest area, but it'll do. Same goes for this wall and gate here, probably going to be deleted off later. Stone in the back, and berries towards the front. Is a gold between BT4 and Dirty? Yeah, Dirty, that's right, just checking. Relic here as well. 2 golds between these guys here, which is lucky because they're on the team, so between Halen and Dirty. Stone out the front for Halen there, and gold mine there. Gold in the back, stone in the back. We've got all these lumberjacks in the back. Over here for Cum, and it looks like, yep, stone, gold in the back, lumber in the back, stone in the back, and berries towards the side there, lumber in the back as well. So pretty harassment free. Everyone's going to be able to organize their economies fairly decently, and it looks like though Cloudy might be in a bit of trouble here. If there's a castle drop here, could lose access to the stone and gold really quickly, especially considering both are here. And as Turks, castle's really important, of course, until you get to Imperial Age, where you can just go hand cannons. Apart from that, I think the only other person who's going to have trouble is with this gold here on the front. It does have 1 in the back here, but of course it's only 4, and that's quite a limited fund. So it's going to be interesting to see what we see here. Saying that, with a Turk player, we could actually even see a sling, which could be interesting. Let's have a look at our players. It's definitely possible to see a sling. Even on Persians, get paladins out really quickly, but then again, bombard cannons, saying that archer range and blacksmith going up. This is going to be interesting. Archer range and blacksmith, no market. Interesting. And there's a market for Windy. Market for BT4. Looks like they're all going to be fast castling. Over here, Dirty, a market, and just a market. I think we might see a sling from Dirty onto someone. Halen, blacksmith market going up. And over here, blacksmith and archery. This is interesting, guys. This is interesting already. Looks like we're going to see Castle Age or Sling, Sling. And there we go, there's a sling. And over here, we're probably going to see Castle Age. Hopefully, we'll see in a sec though. There we go, BT4 sending 500 food to us. Windy just hitting the Castle Age there, so yes, we were right on that call. And there's 169 more food, nearly having the resources go Imperial already actually. This is going to be an interesting game. We might even see a monastery and a university drop straight away. Let's have a look. He's nearly got the resources to do, he just needs gold. How are we doing? Siege Workshop Monastery, because of course he has that blacksmith. Looks like he's going to go up into the Imperial Age, just needs a bit more gold and food. He's going to cancel that village, just let this last one go. Imperial, and that's Imperial right now for Cloudy. I'm interested to see though, is Cum doing the same thing? Because there's the Siege Workshop, Blacksmith, have we seen Monastery? Yes, it looks like Cum's going to be doing the exact same thing right here. So we are going to be seeing a massive Turkish war between these two by the looks of it. Deleting out this section here, gate coming in. Now the archery range, because of course at this stage, hand cannons are a lot easier to get out when you're playing like this. Looks like over here, yes, definitely going to be slinging, nothing out of the usual there. It looks like over here, castle coming up, so Mangadai are on the way, town center. Let's actually check to see what Halen's doing. No Mangadai yet, looks like going to focus on booming for a bit. Over this side, looks like we're going to see a boom as well. Going to be interesting to see how this one plays out right now. Monk going out, looks like he's going to be trying to grab some of these relics. Dirty still playing that food tribute out. Yeah, so Dirty and BT4 are the ones doing the slinging here. And it looks like the Cloudy and Cum are going to be the receivers of that sling. And look at all these archery ranges here. Of course, free chemistry for Turks going to allow extremely quick giving out of that hand cannons. And then we go up into the Imperial Age right now. And there's Dirty paying over some more food. Looks like Cloudy is about to get there. BT4 just sending some over. Dirty, of course, keeping his resources low, sending things over. Windy, of course, as well, keeping it relatively high, because of course he's booming off the back of this as well. And here comes a hand cannon war by the looks of things. And bombard cannons are already out for Cum. This is going to make a big difference here. The range advantage here as well. Of course, hand cannons having 44 hit points, because of course 20% extra hit points to gunpowder units for the Turkish army. And of course just one hitting most of these guys away. And Igor, of course, getting shot down extremely quickly. And this is where the big fight's going to be, I believe. Going to see a lot of it taking place here. And pushing forward with more hand cannons. Bombard cannons, of course, are forced to retreat out of this area. Ooh, it's a close one. Just trying to see how they're going to get into here. It's going to be interesting, especially with the slings. They're going to have tons of resources to just keep building. It's going to be interesting to see how they decide to actually go for it. Hand cannons, of course. Ooh, we can see right now Cloudy does have that +4 armor already. Really important upgrade to have in a war like this. And it looks like being rebuilt, but slowly killed off there. Looks like the hand cannons will be killed off by Cum right now, so this one here might be able to get in and do some more damage. Missing though. Ooh, 4 HP left. Managed to get 2 of these guys, so not too bad indeed. More archery coming up right now. This is getting extremely close. He's gonna have to retreat here. It looks like Cum is going to take this area over here. What's happening over here? Nothing we can see. Who have we got? We've got Windy going up to Imperial, actually, so he's gonna be able to come in with cavalry support soon, especially playing as Persians. Really important there that he's gonna be able to run in with that. Looks like that villager will be killed off quite quickly, and it looks like Cum is going to be moving in here. Mangadai moving out right now from Halen. Of course, Dirty still keeping up with that sling. Looks like BT4 is doing the exact same thing. And over here, it looks like another town center coming up. Looks like he's going to be going for something. Yes, look at that, mass stable. There we go. Looks like Paladins are on the way right now. However, we do have to see Cloudy hold this one out before Cum can get in and do too much damage to his economy to render him a useless player in this match. And it looks like we're about to see this fight. Of course, no one having the Turkish elite tech yet, giving these guys +2 range, I believe. Artillery, that one is. Looks like these villagers are moving forward. What are they throwing down? Oh, that was a big hit there from that bombard cannon. That was a very big hit. What are these villagers doing? Building another gate, that's going to be helpful right now. Looks like he's gone. Over on this side, it looks like still pushing in. These Mangudai are going to be extremely annoying as well. Going to be able to run in and harass the economy as best they can. How are we looking? Still no +4 armor for Cum, actually. That's actually a really big deal right now. This bombard cannon here looks like he's going to get it eventually. It looks like hand cannons, yes, getting them killed off really quickly. Lots of stables coming up for Windy right now. This is going to be a really big Imperial fight right now. Of course, these Mangudai can be strong against absolutely everything that can be thrown at them right now. But we're just going to have to watch and see how this decides to go. PT4 still sending out more and more resources. Actually, he's slinging a Windy now, which is interesting enough. So he's going to be able to get that massive Paladin army up really quickly. And we know what Paladins do to hand cannoneers when there's not that critical mass, and the critical mass of Paladins, of course. They can gun them down singly very quickly. However, if they're caught out in the open like this, there's not a lot they can do. Halen hitting the Imperial Age right now. Elite Mangudai will be on the way. I'm sure Siege Rams as well. Definitely a good idea against a Turkish player. On this side, here comes that Cavalier. They might be outmassed quite badly here. I reckon these guys are just going to go down like nothing. How are we looking on the rest of the map? Dirty's still slinging. Looks like only two castles still, so getting that Mangudai production right up there. In comes the Cavalier for the harass, of course, aiming for those bombard cannons. But the hand cannon's going to be able to take him out really quickly. It does have that +4 armor, and of course 140 hit points on those guys. But right now, I don't know how much help it's going to be. They're in too small a numbers to be doing enough damage. The hand cannons are pushing out as well, though, but naturally all these Cavalier just getting killed off extremely quickly. Don't think there's a lot we can really do about it. There's Mangudai as well, 80 hit points on them, soaking up as much hand cannon ammo as they can. No, this side has had another castle coming up. Yes, so we're seeing Halen go up to 3 castle. Going to be quite a big deal, actually. Hand cannon's continuing to fight this one out over here. Naturally, we do have the Cavalier running in as well, trying to get some hurt. Surprised we haven't seen any Oniga yet for these hand cannons. Could be an interesting play, but of course, a ranged mangonel on a hand cannon, it's about the same, so it can be really hard to use. How are we looking over here? It looks like more Cavalier are coming in. Ooh. Of course, Mangudai getting that bonus against bombard cannons as well, because of course they do have that siege bonus. Hand cannons here might actually get caught out. No, he's going to move them back a bit, and the Mangudai will be able to help. Of course, having 44 hit points now, they are a little bit more protected in a way. They don't get cut down quite so quickly. But these bombard cannons in the back here definitely helping out. Paladins, well, Cavalier still streaming across the map right now. How are we looking? It looks like Mangudai as well running across to try and help, but I don't think they're going to be able to hold this. I think Windy and Cloudy might be able to take this one over here. And it looks like they've definitely pushed it back. Ooh, it's close. I don't know if they're going to be able to push it too far or not. Hand cannons, of course, are retreating back. Mangudai soaking up a little bit of that damage. Looks like these guys are on stand ground for now. Cavalier moving out as well. Can't see Paladin too far away. Going to be an interesting one right now. I wonder if Dirty swapped into Halen right now. Could be sending all the resources to Halen. Could be the reason we're seeing so much, or he just has a beast economy, which doesn't surprise me at all considering it's Halen. Yep, up to like 5 town centers. No surprises there. Bombard cannons are moving in. Looks like this town center will be the next priority to be taken down. Paladin has been done for Windy, so that's going to make it a little bit harder to kill off these guys. And Mangudai, of course, going in, but of course, not even killing off that one Paladin yet. Getting a few of these guys here. Bombard cannons, of course, being used to just kill off as many of these units as you can. Getting 3 hand cannons there, very much worth it. Killing off this one, it looks like they do have a good position here. This town center will be going down, there's no doubt about that. Unless there is a massive push right now, and I don't think they have the resources to be able to do that. These Paladins are too strong at the moment, fully upgraded. Hand cannons fully upgraded. Bombard cannons just missing that +2 range. I think they get +2 at any rate. Bombard cannon over here. Ooh. The army does look like it's starting to get bigger for Cum and Halen right now, but these Paladins are just going to soak up so much damage before they go down. And of course, Turks, not like they're going to be creating pikes or halberdiers right now. They only get the worst, well, they get the worst trash in the game. They sit at spearmen and skirmisher, so once their gold deteriorates out, there's not a lot they can do about it. However, saying that, it looks like these paladins are in a bit of trouble right now. Some great micro there by Cum, however, not enough. Looks like one's going to follow him into the base. Gate will be taken down by the looks of things. There we go, getting close. Looks like Hussars are coming in, or at least, yes, Hussars for the Mongol player. Could see some Hussars from Cum as well, but still going to be a close one to try and call. Ooh, this is close. Looks like Paladins, where are they coming? Looks like they're harassing down here a bit. Looks like this castle over here is going to be really able to cement the position. On this side, it looks like Windy, Cloudy, and BT4 are just having a really good go at it here. They're trying to hold their opponents in their bases right now. So, of course, if they're defending, they can't be as aggressive as they want to be. Fairly simple. Hussars, of course, going to be able to do a lot of damage to these hand cannons because they do have that amazing 2+2 armor decks, of course, as a Mongol player. And the Turks, of course, I think they get it up to 2+4, pretty sure. Anyway, we'll find out later, I guess. Viet is forced to swatch into Hussars. This side, lots of hand cannons taking down pretty much everything. Doing a good job here. Naturally, the Paladins soaking up a lot of damage. Hussars over in the back. Looks like this castle's actually going to be stopped from going up right now. Mangadai's here as well. Ooh, that's actually a big deal. That's not going to go up. More stables coming up for Cloudy right now. Looks like he's going to be switching into Hussars. Ooh, it's interesting. What is he going to do about this castle here? Paladins, of course, able to absolutely dominate Hussars. The town center here has been lost, but he has kept most of his economy intact. He has kept most of Cloudy's forces outside this main perimeter line of his base, so he hasn't taken too much harassment. He has lost access to a few of these farms here, but it could have been a lot worse. Paladins naturally soaking and killing over here, and naturally the Wolf, of course, trying to get in on things over here. Looks like these hand cannons are pushing in quite well. And the Paladins are forcing Halen back. This is actually a really big deal, pushing him back here. It means they are isolating Cum right now, and that is not a good thing for him. If this castle goes up, it's going to be pretty much their area. It looks like as well, trying to cement this gold position. How are we doing around here? It looks good, dirty, still just doing what he's doing, just slinging away. Same goes for BT4 right now. They're both kind of just hammering away. Looks like they're going for that gold down over there. Paladins, of course, pushing in really well, but this is a lot of Mangadai over here. This could not be good right now, especially on this castle. Going to lose quite a few villagers here. Really going to be forced to come in here and take out these Mangadai, which, of course, is taking the pressure off Cum. Lots of good play here by Halen. We know how good a player he is. Castle slowly going up. I don't know if it's going to make it. Of course, the Mangadai are trying to stop this. Might just get there. Looks like it is just going to get there. We'll be spectating currently. Ooh, Windy sending some resources over to Cloudy. Fair enough. No, help out when you can, guys. It's a team game. Castle coming up on the front for Halen. Looks like this will be the cemented area right now. This castle will be going up, and there we go. Turkish castle is up. Of course, Janissary is going to be coming out of that. Does he have a castle up yet? No, he hasn't been able to swap into Elite Jans yet, which is kind of interesting. Usually that's a Turkish player's highest priority. But then again, I guess he hasn't really had much of a chance to do that. He has just been massing hand cannons because his opponent's been massing hand cannons, which is fair enough. Halen looks like pushing in over here. Ooh, it's going to be close again. Castle, of course, helping this position stay locked in. Siege Workshop coming up because, of course, he wants to get those bombard cannons out. How are we looking up over here? It looks like... Ooh, that's interesting. We see BT4 is actually building a ton of barracks over here. Looks like he's swapping out of the sling right now. Castle coming up as well. Looks like he's going to be trying to take out Dirty right now. This could be really, really bad for Dirty. I don't think he's prepared for this at all. No, he's not. And it looks like Halen as well isn't prepared to help him out. They're too busy up here. If BT4 does this, this could be actually quite massive. How we look in this castle should be just about up. Let's have a look at Cloudy. What are you doing over here? How you doing? Pushing in, of course, but that's a lot of Paladins moving in here. This is a lot of ranged units balled up here, especially with the bombard cannons as well. Looks like this castle will be going down eventually. Not looking good for this force over here. I think this one over here, if it's moved properly, will be able to beat it. This castle will go down eventually. Another siege workshop coming up in the back. Bombard cannons being created there. How are we doing over here? Oh, huzzah. Yes, huzzah, huzzah, huzzah. And there is that castle that we want. Who do we want? We want BT4. That's who we want to look at. What are we up to? Looks like we're going to see that Mayan Eagle Warrior push right now. The big posse will come in. Looks like the castle has been lost here, so we do see Calm and Halen pushing out across the map here. Another castle here and one there, but ooh, this will be a close one. Looks like this castle will try and hold back these hand cannons for as long as possible. But these bombard cannons will be able to rip it to pieces extremely quickly right now. In comes the paladins. Of course, Mangadai moving to the back, trying to get a better position here. That's the thing about Mangadai, you can reposition them extremely well. Hand cannons, not so much. Azar's, of course, getting absolutely gutted by the paladins right now. Of course, Cum not allowed to put up that mining camp. But we've got that one priest over there deciding to do what he wants to do, which is get some converts. I wonder if he's going to get it. Is he going to get it? He got it. He got a new paladin. There you go. Interestingly enough. And over here, it looks like here come those Eagle Warriors, and of course going to be able to go up to Siege Ram with these, so he's going to be able to bust in here quite quickly. And of course, really, against Siege Rams and Kappa Rams, walls really don't stand much of a chance. You can't really wall spam against them so well. Ooh, it looks like they are getting in over here very slowly but surely. Pushing it in well, his hand cannon line here, of course, preventing some of the Hussars from getting in. But a lot of Kum's army has been killed off really quickly. Halen as well, losing a lot of Mangadai in this struggle. And naturally, those Hussars just pulling up everything, doing a great job. Pikemen as well, because of course, going to be able to intercept some of that cavalry if any comes in. And well, Eagle Warriors, as we know, they like to be backed up by pikes. How are we doing here? We have a castle coming up on the main section here. It looks like these rams are going to be moved forward, and I don't know if it's going to be enough to defend right now. Eagles are going to be able to take down this base extremely quickly with that 4+4 armor. And we still have Cloudy and Windy pushing in over here. Looks like that trebuchet will be able to break down this castle if it's not too well repaired. However, saying that, Hussars will be able to run in and kill off this trebuchet very quickly, actually. It's not that well defended over on this side. We still see all these Eagle Warriors will be able to take this out eventually. Haven't got up to that 100 hit points yet. Ooh, so close. Ooh, he is repairing it really quickly, actually. That's really interesting to see. Light cavalry from a Windy right now could be starting to run low on gold. Saying that, though, BT4 still having over a K of gold there in the bank, which is really nice. Have they started to trade yet? They have started trading, so it's not quite so bad. And it looks like, yeah, Halen and Cum are going to hold this one. They are going to push Cloudy and Windy right back right now. There's nothing they can really do to help hold here. It looks like this trebuchet will be next. Over on this side, though, it looks like, ooh, I think those Eagles are going to be able to get in right now. Of course, filling those siege rams with pikes, so it works faster. Absolutely brilliant to be using. Eagle Warriors still only from Dirty, and no extra upgrades on them that are too ridiculous. They are, there we go, so Elite now. Only got the +2 armor. This is going to go extremely one-sided towards BT4. Saying that, though, they have lost their front line over here, so they will be forced to defend for a bit, or mass their armies and go for another assault. Over here, it looks like we do see Windy moving in, trying to take out a lot of these trebuchets. Of course, trebuchets being a really expensive unit to have at this stage in the game. It looks like most of those paladins will be killed off without too much ease. And here we go, the Slinger at the moment is just, he has lost his economy, essentially, right now. Still doesn't have that +40 hit points, which is kind of annoying, but Plumed Archers are on the way. These Elite Eagle Warriors are going to be able to do a lot of damage on their own. These Mangadai are actually doing a really good job, but as we know, they are an extremely overpowered unit. Over here looks like losing this gold mine. Castle coming up on the front here, of course, going to be able to help hold out for a bit. But I don't know how much it's going to help. And in comes the forces right now. If they can hold here, they have a good chance, especially if BT4 manages to finish off Dirty right now. However, saying that, the Mangadai are just about in. They might be able to kill off all these villagers before the castle comes up. It's close, a few hundred more hit points. 200. And it's up. Gonna force those Mangudai out of there. Of course, not wanting any unnecessary losses. Trebuchets are on it. Looks like there's actually a castle coming out right in front of it right now. That's actually a really bold move to make. Hussar Wars over here, and it looks like siege rams on the town center of Dirty. I don't think he has a lot he can do here. I think he knows that this part's pretty much over. Interesting to see that. Looks like it is up to Cum and Halen right now to try and do some more damage over here. How are we doing? It looks like we're seeing a lot more wars over here. Still Paladins from Windy, which is really important to have. I don't think we're seeing quite so much from Cloudy right now. Is he going hand cannons? Or is he probably has no gold left. Let's have a look. Cloudy. He's got 900 gold there, actually. But saying that, hand cannons against Mangudai and Hussar, not exactly the best kind of weapon of choice. Ah, yes, they do have that +4 armor. Brilliant. Anyway, not the best choice against Mangudai Hussar. So, fair enough, he's not building hand cannons. Going for that mass Hussar kind of strategy right now. Looks like over here we've seen, well, yeah, BT4 is pretty much completely gutted right now. Hardly has anything left. He does have a few villages over inside Halen's base, but I don't think he's going to be able to do too much with them. Siege Workshop over here, pushing forward with that. Well, at least getting taken down. It looks like that trebuchet is gone, because of course there's Mangudai killing it off extremely quickly and efficiently. I don't think this is looking good over here for Windy and Cloudy. Looks like Cloudy might lose his base here, actually, if he's not quick enough. Markets, of course, in the back. Trade carts still being produced. And it looks like Cloudy coming back around the side here. Going to try and get some more defense. Of course, those Mongolian Hussars having that massive hit points of 117 compared to the 95 the normal Hussar. Ooh, it's close right now. It looks like BT4 actually pushing out as well. Pikes against Hussars, as we know, extremely effective. Plumed Archers, going to be able to do a lot of damage as well, especially once they go up to Elite. How are we looking down here? It looks like, well, Dirty's out of the game. I'm pretty certain of that, you know. Villagers are moving in, but I don't know exactly what they're going to be able to do. It's kind of hard to rebuild an entire economy like this. On this side, it looks like Windy's actually going to be able to pick up some ground with these Paladins. He is taking out all the Rams over on the side here, and Rams are, well, they're not that cheap, and they're not that expensive, really. They're kind of mediocre. Elite Janissaries now, this is why we haven't been seeing hand cannons. Elite Janissaries, of course, 22 attack with 8 range, 50 hit points, extremely strong unit, especially once they've got that +4 hit armor. Over here, Siege Rams are moving in. Not a lot of these castles are going to be able to do about that. Halberdiers, of course, fully upgraded. Any of those Eagles still alive? Yes, but hasn't gone for the extra hit points on them, interestingly enough. Looks like Cum has sent some Hussars down to try and help, but against this many Halberdiers, I don't know how much help it's going to be. On this side, still moving up. It looks like actually Cloudy and Windy starting to take some... Ooh, they're starting to take some ground back here. Looks like all these trebuchets will be killed off, and over here, Paladins as well. Going to be able to pretty much take out everything. Elite Janissaries, of course, going to be able to stand up to Mangudai, because they do have a better range. Really important thing there, they have a better range. 8 to 7. Really, really important they can outrange them. Siege Rams, of course, destroying this side of the base. Dirty with nothing left. Actually, he's got some villagers over here to chop wood with. That's not too bad. So he will be able to survive for a bit. I don't know exactly what he's going to be able to do, though. Does he have his market? He still has his market, so he's going to be able to send it to someone to use. That's kind of nice of him. You know, not jumping out of the game. Anyway, it looks like these Elite Janissaries doing kind of well. I guess, though, if Halen and Cum can knock Cloudy out of the game right now, then it will still be even. They will still be able to make a comeback. But saying that, it's starting to look really, really bad for them. Of course, we do have BT4 pushing in down from this section here, taking out all these castles, stemming that flow of Mangudai production. And, well, Hussars against Pikes, we know how that's going to end quite well, especially when they've all got fully upgrades. Elite Plumed Archers now, definitely a nice kind of thing to use. But I think this is pretty much it. I don't know if they're going to be able to do a lot versus, because of course, if Halen wants to keep his castles up, gonna have to move his forces back here to try and intervene with these guys. And if he does that, they lose this front over here. There's really no way to win it at the moment. Oh, it's not good at all right now. More Elite Janissaries being created, of course. More, and more. At his pop limit. And it looks like Halen is starting to give up the line over here, trying to defend this one as well. Just seems like it's been too much. Plumed archers actually killing off hussars quite effectively, believe it or not. And Mangudai as well, going to be able to take them out quite easily. Does not look good right now. Looks like this game might go in favor of Windy, Cloudy, and BT4. Yep, not a lot they can do now. They're just kind of sitting. But once this group of hussars runs in, especially if it takes out these trebuchets, where are these guys running to? Are they running to the... If they run into this section over here, Cum actually limiting his forces down over there as well. This area here has been taken back. As you can see, the whole front has been redone. But I don't know how much over here is going to be able to survive. And in run the hussars over here. Ooh, especially against these hand cannons right now. This is bad. This is really, really bad. I think Cum's going to lose everything here. Naturally plumed archer siege ram's going to push up from behind, and that'll be it. Really. I don't know what Halen's going to try and accomplish over here. We'll be able to hold out for a while, but of course, elite Janissary is not easy to deal with at all. I think we might see the GG because they're losing this part of the game over here. And it looks like, yes, they are going straight into Halen's base. They are going to skip as much of the fighting as possible, and they are just going to run straight in right now. In comes Cloudy with those paladins. They are just waiting for an opening right now. That is all they want. Cloudy doing a great job over here holding all these units back. Look at that trade as well, very bustling. And nearly down. Once these plumed archers get into the base here, going to be pretty hard to stop. There are a few castles in here, but naturally the siege rams can be able to clean that up quite quickly. And in go the paladins and the light cavalry. How is the plumed archers? Plumed archers are just going to sit over here. They are going to try and hold everything back for as long as possible. Looks like that is economy gone. Right now, Mangudai in the middle of the base over here, getting attacked by two castles, elite Janissaries. I don't think they're going to be able to hold out from here. Cum is moving in with hussars, still trying to get that trade, but it looks like forced to run back to defend his own base right now. This is extremely, extremely bad right now for the other team. Looks like this town center will be going down. Castle will be next. I think GG is on the way. Trebuchet is taking out this castle. It looks like I might just survive right now. Actually, does have anyone rebuilding it? No, it looks like it'll be taken down quite quickly then. How are we looking in this base over here? It looks like, yes, taking down this castle. Of course, villagers trying to take down the siege rams, but as we know, paladins can destroy villages extremely effectively. And efficiently, to say that. Mangudai are still trying to move in, but there are a lot of hussars here. Naturally, skirmishers and janissaries going to be able to cut them down fairly quickly, especially if he garrisons this town center. Oh, it's still so... I go to say so close, but it's not. Halen's base is going to be forfeit after that fight up there. Looks like this castle will be rebuilt slowly, but town center is going to go down. This ram over here going to keep going. Paladins still killing the entire economy off. Of course, destroying that trade as well. Going to be kind of hard to redo. And it looks like, yep, Cloudy reinforcing this position over here. I can't see this game going on much longer. They're going to start running out of gold because their trade's cut. Halen's going to run out of resources because his economy is being absolutely gutted right now, forcing the town centers to be completely garrisoned. And we can see that it's just hussars and a few Mangudai left. A couple of hand cannons down here as well. But apart from that, they really don't have anything they can hold out with. Both these bases here have been gutted. Saying that though, Helen still doesn't have a completely gutted base. I would say that's still reasonably effective. And the market's actually about to go down. 100 hit points left on that. And that's the market gone. Say goodbye to your trade. Hussars are going to come in and try and deal with this, but again, Paladins being extremely strong units, they might be able to deal with that. Looks like Hussars are running out, trying to get into here and do some damage, but naturally, this entire area is pretty well defended by buildings. It hasn't been walled off, but it's going to be interesting to try and see. Hussars running in, killing off as much of the economy as possible. And it looks like Cloudy and Windy are going to be able to pretty much take this one. Paladins over here have got killed off. Looks like the market is being rebuilt. But naturally, all these just stagnant trade carts going to be everywhere. Just piling up at the markets. And of course, they will have to resend them again. And of course, if you send too many a time, they start to clog up the trade route. And And there we go, Halen resigning out right now. Come and Dirty to follow. Looks like that is the game. Yes, resigned out. Extremely well played by Windy, Cloudy, and BT4 in this one. Oh, that was actually great to watch. Hope you enjoyed that one.